Here are the latest injury updates on Lenny Yoro and Rasmus Hoijlund after both players suffered injuries during Manchester United's pre-season loss against Arsenal. Manchester United's pre-season fixture against Arsenal began at a rapid pace, with both teams creating early opportunities. Amad Diallo had a promising chance but shot straight at the opposition's goalkeeper with a scuffed effort. Shortly after, Marcus Rashford and Rasmus Hoijlund combined brilliantly, with the Danish international powering past Aiden Heaven to open the scoring. Unfortunately, moments later, Hoijlund had to be substituted due to an unspecified injury, and Hannibal Mejbri took his place. Gabriel Jesus managed to equalize before the 30-minute drinks break, although there were suspicions of offside. A more immediate concern arose when Lenny Yoro had to be replaced during the break, marking the second injury substitution of the game. The remainder of the half saw little action until the halftime whistle. The second half saw Gabriel Martinelli score the winning goal with 10 minutes left to play, although United then sought revenge with a 4-3 win in a penalty shootout after the fixture. The injury blows to both Hoijlund and Yoro are both big misses for Erik ten Hag, although some have speculated that the substitutions may have simply been precautionary to ensure that neither star takes on any extra strain. It was detailed that Yoro did a lap of the pitch after being replaced rather than heading straight down the tunnel, which suggests that his situation would have been precautionary, although he was limping his way around the stadium. While Hoijlund himself went straight down the tunnel after coming off, the Danish forward came back out onto the pitch after the game alongside his teammates for a lap of honor. No strapping was noticed on the 21-year-old's leg, but it was revealed that he told medical staff it was his hamstring. Of course, it is too short to know about their injuries and we have to wait over 24 hours, then we will hopefully know more, Ten Hag told club media when asked about both players' situations. We were careful, especially with Lenny Yoro, as he only did 50% of the training sessions. He has to come up, but let's be positive and see what comes out. Victor Lindelof was unavailable for the Arsenal tie with what was assessed as a minor injury. He also missed the fixture against Rangers, as well as 22 fixtures for club and country, due to a groin injury and then a hamstring problem. A number of quality defensive midfielders are linked with Manchester United and one of them is Martin Zubimendi. A few days ago, we covered a story via AS claiming that the Red Devils are advancing relentlessly to lure the Spanish international, who has a clause worth €60 million, from Real Sociedad. Now, the latest reports coming from Spain indicate that Man Utd have submitted an offer worth £50.7 million €60 million to sign Martin Zubimendi from Real Sociedad. As per Catalan outlet, Nacional, the Old Trafford club are ready to make a strong investment to secure the La Roja star from the Tigre Erden. In such a scenario, Man Utd have put on the table a bid worth £50.7 million that is not only tempting for the La Liga side but also for Zubimendi. The 25-year-old has already made 10 appearances for the senior national side. He was a key member of the squad that won the Nations League last year. Moreover, he made 4 appearances at the European Championships in Germany as Spain went on to lift the trophy earlier this month. For Sociedad, last term, Zubimendi featured in 31 games in the La Liga, scored 4 goals and provided 1 assist. More importantly, he helped the club keep no fewer than 11 clean sheets. A few hours ago, Man United lost to Arsenal 2-1 in a pre-season friendly and once again, veteran Casemiro, who is past his best, featured in the holding midfield role. The Brazilian, who had a torrid last campaign, must be replaced with a better play breaker if Ten Hag wants to challenge the best teams in the country. In your view, should Man Utd secure the signing of Martin Zubimendi? Manchester United suffered a 2-1 defeat at the hands of Arsenal in Los Angeles, but the biggest concern will be the possible injuries to Rasmus Hoijlund and Lenny Yoro. The Reds started the game on the front foot with Karl Hein forced into 2 early saves before Hoijlund breezed past Aiden Heaven as he ran in on goal to break the deadlock. There was no stopping the Dane as he aimed from close range. Just minutes later Hoijlund had another chance but missed the target from close range. In the process, he appeared to take something in the groin area. Hoijlund gestured to the bench and he was replaced by Hannibal Mejbri before heading straight down the tunnel. United kept pushing Arsenal as they remained on top. They eventually drew level against the run of play as Gabriel Jesus scored from 6 yards out. The Brazilian was in an offside position but the goal still stood. The equalizer gave Arsenal a boost, and minutes later new signing Yoro became the second United player to be forced off with a possible injury. Ten Hag changed the team at halftime while Andre Onana stayed between the sticks. The Cameroon international had a busy night, making several top saves, but there was one avoidable mistake he made towards the end of normal time. One of Onana's best saves from the game saw him deny Leandro Trossard. It was Arsenal substitute Gabriel Martinelli who scored the winner, after cutting inside to get away from James Scanlon before striking a low effort inside the near post. The Gunners may have won in normal time, but United won the penalty shootout as Jadon Sancho scored the winning spot kick. Manchester United look in good shape for the 2024-25 season after securing deals for defender Leny Yoro and forward Joshua Zirkzee, but Erik ten Hag still has positions he wants to strengthen. The Dutchman came under huge pressure last season as the Red Devils stumbled to an 8th-placed finish in the Premier League, though he managed to keep his job after winning the FA Cup, with new football chief Sir Jim Ratcliffe opting to back him. Ten Hag knows he will need a big summer in the transfer market to give his team a lift, having already sold Mason Greenwood and Donny van de Beek, while Raphael Varane and Anthony Martial were released to help him free up more space for arrivals. With United still active and linked with a handful of names ahead of the new season, Mirror Football rounds up all of the latest transfers and rumors swirling around Old Trafford. United reignite Mazraoui interest. Big news this week was West Ham's deal for Bayern Munich right-back Noussair Mazraoui collapsing, after the Hammers had initially overtaken the Red Devils in the pecking order for the defender. West Ham reportedly agreed a £16 million fee with Bayern and even sorted out personal terms with the player, before the London club walked away from negotiations after failing to strike an agreement with his agent. Their loss could be United's gain, however, with Ten Hag previously working with Mazraoui when he was at Ajax and seeing a place for him in his squad. According to The Times, the Dutchman believes the presence of Mazraoui could even have a double effect, improving his strength in depth while also improving the performances of Antony. The Brazilian has struggled since his £85 million move to Old Trafford, but Ten Hag feels the defender could bring out the best in him after playing together at Ajax. Red Devils cut price Antonio Silva. While United have already landed the defender they craved by bringing in teen sensation Leny Yoro, the club are still keen on adding to their defensive depth and have identified Benfica's Silva as a target. United are also keen on Bayern's Matthijs de Ligt and Everton's Jared Branthwaite but have been unable to agree a fee for either player so far. Portuguese outlet O Jogo has now claimed United are eyeing a discounted deal for Benfica defender Antonio Silva. The 20-year-old is one of the most sought-after defenders in Europe and has an £84 million release clause, but United are convinced they could negotiate with the Portuguese club, possibly even bringing down that price by half.